As you can see, my dad's behind me in the present tense, which the memories of him are still here, and they're in this apartment everywhere. I miss him. I loved him. I was that close to him. It's just the day he died practically tore my heart in pieces. The day I buried him. Still hurts.
Bryon was put on the core waiver for supported living services when his father passed away. His father was his primary caregiver, and Bryon loved him very dearly. And so when he passed away, he was left without anyone to really provide that care he had received his whole life. As can happen with people with disabilities in smaller towns that don't have programs like supported living, he was put in an old folks home, and that was very difficult for him.
I wanted my own privacy. I wanted to come and go wherever I wanted without anyone knowing where I was all the time. That was a constant nightmare, to the point where I said, no, I wasn't going to put up with this.
He was there, from my understanding, approximately 3 years. He fell into a trap that we actually see far too commonly in this line of work, where he was exploited for his funds, but I know it's very painful for him to talk about.
I spent my whole entire life moving from here to there. All places I moved to, I never, in my whole entire life, I never had a stable place to go. Ever. I never had a stable life. Ever. And then I spent a whole year in a motel before I came to Hope.
So we had gotten his referral here at Hope, and we were picking him up, and I was assigned to be his program manager. Bryon told me he had always dreamed about having his own apartment, but he thought it would never be a reality for him. And that got my brain thinking, because I feel like everybody deserves that independence. And so I went to my supervisor and asked, how do we get Bryon into the studio? So the problem about moving Bryon out of a housemate situation was he wouldn't have staff 24 hours a day. And that would be the first client at Hope to not have staff 24/7. So it was hard. It was a hard sell. But luckily, SafeinHome had just recently put on a demonstration for all the service providers, and Cheryl kind of stepped in and decided she wanted to go with this option for Bryon.
They helped me find this place, which is, I was really excited at this time. So, my own place, yay! I was so excited.
I think he has gotten to see kind of a new world outside of his little small town, and I think he enjoys that.
It feels pretty good to be my own, be my own self, actually. Here I end up free as a bird. I love to cook, so much fun. You just create your own meals, sleep in my own bed, and just get up and just do things I want to do.
It was so exciting to figure out what does he want to do, and the three main things he wanted to do was get a full-time job, learn to drive, find a long-term relationship. And so those were goals that we kind of put in place, these stepping stones to work on.
I work in the freight department at Home Depot. I love it. 5 months now. I've never driven a vehicle in my entire life. I've never been behind a wheel, ever. So it's going to be a brand new adventure. I'm looking forward to it. I had the right equipment to be safe to wherever I was going.
This geocom is always there, and it always reaches me, and it always reaches SafeinHome, and it's just something that we know will always keep him safe. Hey Bryon, how's it going?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well. What's up? How can I help you?
I'm kind of lost on turning around.
Oh, you're turned around?
Yeah, well.
Let me look at your location. It looks like you're in downtown Tacoma, is that right?
Right.
Awesome. Let me get you directions back to the bus, okay?
I appreciate it.
I think having services like SafeinHome available is shaping a whole new world for what services could look like. It's up to us as healthcare workers to take that leap and move these services into a new age, a new era. And it's our responsibility to figure out how do we make sure we are providing the highest level of services and making people's dreams come true.
I highly recommend SafeinHome.